Every man must find a weapon, and every man must fight. Wessex will always be the light. Fight and keep on fighting until the victory is ours!
I miss this. He's good at this. They probably missed this too. Where were you before?
In exile.
Yeah. To hear him openly talk about Wessex like this, but to know that he chose to be there this time is great.
It is.
Do you think we have time for the fight this episode? I would assume so. They've done it before.
Yeah. What would be the point to have the big fight in the beginning of season 4?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a way to do things, but usually their fights are not that long, so they could.
Aethelwold is not with us.
I wonder why the stench had gone. No doubt he's making his way to the Danes.
He may know of Bedford. He will tell them.
Which is why we're heading towards the woods, beyond Bedford.
Small advantage for our smaller numbers. You have the blood kept safe?
I do, Lord. Tourist blood?
Yes. We must kill the man who killed Ragnar with a blade marked with Ragnar's blood.
Tourist blood.
Well,
It's the same.
Who is this man you will kill?
Aethelwold?
he doesn't know
I
yet.
do not know.
Brita has an idea. Oh, she knows.
Yeah, she knows.
So. Cut to him directly. He's probably gonna die this episode. There's a good chance. Because I don't know how he goes on to season 4 with people that trust
with
him.
all the shit, yeah, I know. And we already stated, but he could have been great. He started to learn and grow,
Yeah.
but he chose a different path, and now he's just gonna...
Like, I'm not saying he would have been a great advisor or something, but he could have helped build the future.
Yeah.
And his fucking sense of entitlement
yeah.
just led him astray. But he made mistakes, and he made some that we can forgive, so...
Jack-Do.
He says he has a message, Lord.
I do, Lord. It's from Breda. She says Aethelwold. Lord.
No. we will, da. Like, he was looking for a reason anyway, but now it's over.
You're going down, bitch.
Down there. You are facing death, for certain.
You are wrong, Jack-Do. I will not die.
I got season 4 and season 5.
Yeah, and a movie.
Today, I ask you not to fight for Alfred. I ask you not to fight for Edward nor the crown, but to fight for yourselves and your forefathers.
Yeah, okay.
Buried.
This is your country.
They are the land.
This is your kingdom.
That's true.
Even as I speak, it is for them. We are fighting!
He's good. Too many stories of Uthred, you know, he's learned a few things. It took a minute for Alfred to learn how to give a good speech, but his son has that in the pocket. You are dead.
You think they know we are near?
They're all in a line, they're not ready. Oh, good, guys, this is good.
They're attacking the rear! Defend the line! Woo!
Yeah, you're kind of not in a good position. You should have given Byoka an armor or something. Not here yet. Because I swear to God, if they don't show up.
Unless maybe Aethelwold did something. It's
Aethelwold.
Thank
And
you.
she's at the front with a fucking sword. Yeah, she didn't fucking care about her husband. She did it on her own.
She is Mercer's lady, and she's gonna protect
and
it.
she's fighting too.
When they attire, very soon.
I hope they don't. I hope they protect their fucking country. You better protect your
Better
country.
choose Wessex over Aethelwold, buddy.
Yeah.
There he is! Did I not say?
Betray him.
Position agitating!
No. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go. The smile is gonna do. Okay. You're fine, man.
Is he joining online?
You're dying today, buddy.
I love that Aethelwold is just all smiling in a...
Yeah. He's been betraying people and backstabbing them. Well, they can do that too. I like the little poop. He's gonna die. Yeah. I'm happy he switched sides in the end, but he was also conspiring, so it's not a bad thing that he died. We couldn't completely trust him. Come on. Fucking... You bitch!
I'm looking at you!
I know. I know.
You better run, bitch!
It's the moment. Consequences of your actions, buddy. They're coming. You gotta get in.
Whoa!
Dude. No, you gotta get in. Brita, someone. Ooh, thank you.
Brita, thank you!
Get the horse. Go after him. We need to get him. He needs to die today.
He will die
I don't
today.
care about all the good he did in the past. You did too much bad after.
And not the kind of bad that we can excuse, like real shitty bad stuff.
Oh yeah, we've forgiven a lot of characters. Oh, you knocked yourself out? This is perfect. Is it because of your blood side?
Please. I will go north, east or west. To Ireland, even.
You killed Ragnar.
I am guilty of nothing more than wanting what is rightly mine.
Admit it.
We are the same. Our kingdom stolen.
You killed my brother! Admit it to me.
Yes. Or he would have killed me. I'm not worth it. I swear he will never see me again. I will go anywhere.
It's not about that.
Travel as far away as you.
It has to be done, buddy, so. It is a bit hard because he was his companion for a minute.
You will need silver to travel. The ship's fare.
I would.
He's deceiving you.
Not much. You will never see this face again.
Well, true. Well, that's a cool way to do it. Oh, the music just picked up. That was a cool way to do it. You go to hell and you save my brother's soul. Ah, deserved. Deserved.
Uhtred. Look. A bridge. He's crossing to Valhalla.
It will be written in the Saxon Chronicle that Edward did gain a great victory over the Danes, ensuring he would become King of Wessex. But other battles lie ahead, both with the Danes and within Wessex itself. A king must decide who he can trust and who he must discard.
Interesting that they showed him at the discard one.
He must recognize that the truth of a man lies not in the land of his birth, but in his heart. A king must be a king on his own terms. He cannot be his father. He can only be himself. The chronicle will grow, but Uhtred of Bourbon-Bear will not be mentioned. Although I too was victorious. My name is Uhtred, son of Uhtred. My name is Uhtred Ragnarsson. Destiny
Is all.
He's satisfied. It's a good end of season for him.
It is.
Despite the loss, it's good. Oh, good, great. It was a good season. Wow.
It was. I I'm so proud of Edward's speech.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of the speech that Tyrion gave at the battle
Well,
in King's Landing, right?
I would not say, well, Tyrion's speech was good.
No, but I mean,
It reminded
he
me-
gave a
no,
speech
but-
on the fact that you do not fight for your king, for me.
Yeah.
Fight for yourself. Fight for
But-
your forefathers, for your land, the land that the
Fight for your wives,
Yeah.
fight for your kids.
Yeah.
He was mainly, well, okay, yes, but then he also reminded me of one of the first big speeches, well, not the first, but the first speech Alfred gave that we were proud of, you know, the one that spoke of...
Demon spoke about God. Yeah.
Exactly, spoke about, you know, fight for yourselves and stuff, like, that was a great speech, and in my opinion, you know, it's something that Alfred had to learn, so I'm glad that Edward knows it already. So he's got that going for him, and he's gonna be a good king. He's got a great ally, and I mean, you know, the country was crumbling. They were afraid. Nothing was going for them. You name Uthred advisor, everything goes well.
I'm all for Edward to be king. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Now, Aethelwold, I'll say this: there's always a feeling, you know, when we lose a character that has been with us since season 1, there's always a little heartache. You're like, you know, he was a good character.
He was. Like I said, we've seen him at the beginning. He was
A weasel.
a weasel, someone not really reliable. It still was.
We just didn't
Not
trust him.
reliable.
It's just, we didn't trust him, but he wasn't capable of doing anything
True.
bad.
And then we saw him on the battlefield, learning, growing.
for a while, he was a friend.
He became smart, and
Yeah.
then he decided to become greedy.
Well,
And he made poor decision after poor decisions.
that wasn't because he decided to be greedy, though.
No, but
That was always a part of him, because it's true. He technically was the heir to the throne. It's a bit selfish of him to go around and be like, oh, I mean, you know, Edward isn't the heir any more than I was the heir, and see, I wasn't king. In my opinion, that just says that he never understood why he didn't become king. It wasn't because, you know, he was the heir, but it didn't matter. It's because he didn't deserve it.
he wasn't fit to be king.
Exactly. He was whoring away. He was never present when it mattered. He wasn't even there when his father died. You know, and I mean, Edward wasn't there either. But if he had the chance to say goodbye, he would have been. Whereas for Aethelwold, he was just living the life out there. And you compare it to Edward, who also had bastards, and he married and stuff, but he married the girl, he got pregnant, and he wanted to do right by her. And when, you know, his status didn't allow it, he chose to listen to his father, and he followed his responsibilities. He did what was asked of him. That's the big difference between Aethelwold and Edward.
True.
And Aethelwold never understood that. In his mind, he deserved the crown, and they robbed him of it. So that just tainted everything. And then after that, he had the visions and stuff, like, you know, the prophet. I don't remember.
Bjorn, the dead man.
Bjorn, exactly, when he said, you know, that he was going to be king and stuff. That just fueled his ideas. That fueled his fantasies. And then, you know, he started messing around. He did become a threat, and he was intelligent enough to manipulate his way to the top here. But unfortunately, he's not the only one that can do that, and he's not... Him and his tricks don't inspire people, you know? He was playing off of just one thing. Oh, Edward got the girl you love in a monastery. So yeah, that got the guy pissed and stuff, but then he loves this country, and Aethelwold was ruining the country. He was spreading lies, he was saying shit, he got people killed, and then there was this big speech with Edward, and, you know, all about, don't fight for me, don't fight for my father, I'm not important, the country is. And in that moment, the country was at stake, so the guy made the right decision.
Yeah.
I am glad, though, that he died, because...
Like you said, he was technically speaking against Edward, so he wasn't totally trustable.
Yeah,
right?
we couldn't have trusted him, so I'm glad he died, but I'm also glad, but if he had to die, you know, this way and stuff, I'm glad he did for
On our side,
side. As for Aethelwold, it was a long time coming. No amount of begging was going to save him, because even if it wasn't about killing Ragnar, we needed him dead to save his soul, so...
Yeah. I mean, maybe Uhtred would have spared him if he
No.
didn't deny Ragnar's death.
No.
You know?
Why would he spare him? He killed his brother. That's the thing with Aethelwold. He likes to be like, oh, you know, I'm not worthy, like, I'm not worth it. Like, you don't have to kill me. I'm nothing. But you just proved by killing Ragnar, by, you know, doing this whole thing, by starting a war. Because he started this shit. He's the one that went to people and was like, you need to turn on us and stuff.
True, and he had to die, yeah.
You just proved to them that you were worth killing because you're making too much mess. You are doing stuff and it brings consequences. You can't go around and be like, oh, I'm nothing, and expect people to just be like, oh, it's true, like, you're nothing, let's go, and leave you to do more mess. You keep coming back and messing, you know, countries and people and alliances. So consequences, when you make yourself an enemy of strong people, you gotta be ready to face them. And he put his faith into, you know, crooks and people whose loyalty was never really to him, and he expected them to protect him. So, I mean, his death was a long time coming. It does hurt a little bit because he was a character that was there for a long time, but I am happy he's dead. And Ragnar is saved, and that was a good moment, and Brida is off on her own somewhere.
Another chapter is in, so
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I want to talk about Aethelflaed, because for sure that Aethelwold wouldn't be there.
Well, but he wasn't going to show up, but then I forgot his name, but all of them, he was saying, you know, you need to do something. Aethelred is losing it. He is stabbing his advisor just because he wasn't listening. I mean, yes, it's true. As you know, his follower and stuff, you're supposed to follow orders, but the guy is asking for stuff that doesn't make sense and will lead to weaknesses for the country. So following him blindly will lead to defeat. But then his reaction to just stab him as an example, like, dude, this is dangerous. So he was like, yeah, you need to raise the men and do something about it. Now we just need to kill him. He's the next one on my list. Please.
And after him, we need to deal with
Canute.
Elswith.
And Hellswith.
Elswith.
Well, I love how in the end, during the monologue and stuff, like the closure, he was saying, you know, you need to think about who to trust, and we saw the mother, because...
No,
yes. Who to trust, we saw Hellswith, and who to cast aside, who cast out or something. I don't remember the exact words, but I think who to trust was her, and then who to cast out or whatever was the father-in-law.
To be aware of, yeah.
Yeah, to be, well, whose allies you're gonna keep or send away, basically. Because, I mean, she's gonna try to manipulate her son, for sure, and he is in a space where, like, Uthred is there, but, you know, right away in the first meeting he had, he didn't really know what to say. Like, his, you know, God is with us was a bit, like, okay. Like, it's not, they don't really care right now. He's learning, he's still a kid, it's a lot to ask of him, but he's got great advisors, he's got Uhtred by his side, and Bioka is not going to leave, at least, I hope. So, that's good, but then his mother might try to manipulate him too, so hopefully he doesn't follow her too much. So, yeah, who to trust. And then the father-in-law, it's interesting because he does have a plan to get rid of his children. And I'm not sure, he won't want him to die or anything. So it's not about that. Because he wants his daughter in a good place. And he wants her kids, or future kids, to be in a better place, you know, for the future. So he's not going to be a threat to Edward, but who knows what he would be capable of doing to get that safety.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on him. But Uhtred is there, and... if last episode was Alfred's moment to say everything that needed to be said, this episode was Uthred's moment to say everything. And I'll say it again, but the moment, like, I know it looked like I wasn't watching, but...
I love when he said that Alfred was his king.
With so much emotion, too.
Because it is true that, like I said, they were bonded. And yes, he loved and despised him at the same time. He had faith and he didn't trust him. No, he trusted him. He had faith in him. But they argue a lot, though.
The thing with Alfred is that he was so afraid of the future that every time something on the horizon was coming, he made sure that Uhtred had no way out. So it looked like he didn't trust him. He would pin bad stuff that he did, he would pin them on him and make them bigger than they actually were, not give him the benefit of the doubt, like the slap that killed the guy. Obviously, it wasn't his fault, and if it had been his fault, there was provocation and stuff, but he didn't acknowledge this because that was the perfect opportunity to get him to swear another oath, you know? So, basically, in front of everyone, Alfred never really defended Uhtred, so in his last moments, he did give him everything he should have said, and same with Uhtred, he never really, you know, presented himself as a supporter of the king, so everyone was always doubting his allegiance, his loyalties. So for him to go out there and defend his last word, about him, of course, but still, to defend his last word, to defend who he was as a king, and to be like, I loved him, I supported him, I respected him, and he was my king. Oh, that's everything that should have been said, but was never said, you know? It's everything that Alfred kept saying was never gonna happen between the two. That literally destroyed him at one point when he was like, you're never gonna, you know, I'm never gonna be your king. So now he is. And it's so good.
Alfred is blushing up there.
He's like, oh, you, stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah, he sent the ray of light for Ragnar. He's like, I'm gonna help him up. You see. But yeah, the whole speech was great. And Edward, finally, because everyone was speaking over him, Aethelwold fucking spreading bullshit, and Edward standing up in front of his mother, in front of Aethelwold, in front of everyone, and speaking his mind, and that was his first step as true future king, you know? Because before, like, he did some stuff as a king, but Alfred was still there, so now that's his first time alone where he got to make a decision, and that was just the perfect decision. Yeah, I'm really happy about that. And, I mean, the saddest thing in this episode, of course, is Thura. I'm really sad about how it happened.
That I would cry.
Yeah.
10 seconds after the beginning, I will cry.
It's sad how
and
it
not
happened.
crazy, but because I'm just tired and I'm yawning.
It is getting late. But, yeah, Thura is really sad. I am happy she died with a blade in her hand, so there's that.
Do you think that she decided to kill herself by her blade because she didn't want to have a quick death, or because she didn't want to die by fire like her family?
I think it's a mix of all of this. Like, first of all, she was afraid and she was gonna die slowly, so quick death, better. Second, if she wants to go to Valhalla, or no matter where she ends up, because she has converted, but if she wants to go to Valhalla,
She died with a blade in her hand.
dying with the blade is one thing. It could be also that she was afraid to die like her family did. But again, that brings me back to the quick death thing. So no matter what, she was gonna die. So better make it a thing she decides on her own terms. But it's really sad that she died like this, screaming for Bjorka when he was just outside. And then how that angered him and how that fueled him to fight for her and you know, for revenge and stuff. And Uthred didn't deserve to lose the last remaining member of his family. Yeah.
That was sad.
That was sad, but it did give Bjorka the fuel he needed to speak his mind and help Uthred lay his claim in the end, you know. So that, I mean, it's a sad death, a sad moment, but it brought some good. It helped.
It gave them the push to stand their ground.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Uthred would have, you know, done something, but then again, you know, when faced with everyone again saying he's a criminal and stuff, he could have just left. He was given the opportunity. So remembering what Bjorka said, you know, we gotta fight this injustice. We gotta do something, but because if you leave, everything is gonna go to shit. Maybe that helped. Anyway, these last two episodes.
That was a good finale, guys.
Yeah, these last two episodes.
This one
were
and
pretty good.
the one before that one.
I don't know. I think season 3 might have been one of my favorite seasons.
Your favorite?
Yeah, it might have been. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happened in seasons 1 and 2 that I really loved. But I think overall season 3 has been really, really good. And I mean, this finale was awesome. And Alfred's death, everything was just great. Oh boy.
Alright.
Now it's up to season 4.
Season 4, then 5, then the movie.
Yeah, whenever that comes out.
Mm-hmm. So thank you guys for watching the finale with us.
Yes.
It was really good.
It was intense. We got Aethelwold to die. Now we need to focus on Aethelred, the bitch. It's fine. We're going down the list.
Like we said, a slip of the sword.
We keep saying that. It never happens.
Keep wishing.
The thing is, they can't just kill him without a reason.
I know.
Because, I mean, treason. In any case, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this episode with us. If you want to see the first episode of season 4 right away, it is going to be on Patreon, so check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, the next one will be on YouTube next week.
Yes.
So we're gonna see you then, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.